Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Minnesota Twins and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Minnesota Twins is going to be Darrell Jackson, who's 0-0 with a 2.70 ERA. He'll be making his second start of the season. And for Detroit will be Rick Reuschel, who is 5-10 with a 5.73 ERA. So in yesterday's game, we won 7-2. We took the final game of the three-game set at Fenway Park. Sweet Lou hit a home run. Dan Schatzeder got his seventh victory for us. And all in all, it was a pretty decent game. Today, with Rick Reuschel on the road, on the hill, I don't know what we're going to see. I don't know if we're going to get the bad Reuschel or the good Reuschel. If everything goes in order, this should be the good Reuschel. It's every other game. So I guess we'll have to see how that works out. We are back into a three-way tie for first place with the Orioles and with the Yankees. And sure would be nice to get first place all to ourselves. So let's go ahead and get this game going. As always, I appreciate everyone who follows along. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. In addition, I will be giving away a 1985 Topps Baseball Rack Pack in our Brainiac Baseball Card Breaks videos. So if you are interested in getting in on that, at the end of the video, I'll have the link. And click on that and you can join in on that contest. It's free. You just need to be a subscriber to be included. So anyway, as I mentioned before, there's Rick Reuschel, and we'll take a look at the lineup real quick. All of our bullpens available, which is nice. And here's our lineup. So Darrell Jackson's a lefty, so we've taken out several of the lefties today, and this will be the lineup we're going to be going with. All right. And as always, we're going to take a look at the batting lineups, and I'll show you their 1980 Topps card over here, and then I'll give you a look at their individual stats for the season. So batting first and playing second base is Kurt Siebert. Batting second and DHing is Dave Collins. Batting third and playing third base is Steve Ontiveros. Batting fourth and playing first base is Danny Goodwin. Batting fifth and catching is Gary Alexander. Batting sixth and playing left field is Bombo Rivera. And seventh in center field is Billy Smith. Playing shortstop and batting eighth is Ivan De Jesus. And finally, batting ninth and in right field is going to be Hoskin Powell. And as mentioned before, Rick Reuschel is on the mound. And here's his stats so far for Detroit. He's 1-1 with a 5.75 ERA. And his one victory was a complete game for us. I think it was the first complete game of the year. So we shall see if we get the good Reuschel or the bad Reuschel today. Let's go ahead and get started as Rick Reuschel faces off against Kurt Siebert. And there's a base hit to center, and probably a bad omen there as Dave Collins steps up. And before I could even finish that sentence, Kurt Siebert steals second base. So now I know there's not much I can do to prevent that run from scoring. So we're going to bring the outfield in as Dave Collins pops it up into short right field. And that's going to be the first out. So one down for Steve Ontiveros. And he's going to ground it back to the pitcher. He goes to first to get Ontiveros, and Siebert advances to third. So runner at third. And here's cleanup hitter Danny Goodwin. And Goodwin grounds to first, and that'll be the third out. So that run doesn't score, surprisingly. Let's take a look at the Tigers lineup. So today batting leadoff is going to be Sweet Lou Whitaker. There's the stats. And batting second is Alan Trammell. He's playing first base today. Batting third and in left field is Steve Kemp. Cleanup and DHing is Carlton Fisk. Batting fifth and in center field is Barry Bunnell. Batting sixth and catching, Lance Parrish. Batting seventh and playing third base is Tom Brookins. Batting eighth and in right field is Ricky Peters. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is Mark Wagner. And pitching for Minnesota is Darrell Jackson. And as I mentioned, he's making his second start of the season today. He's got a 2.70 ERA overall, and he does have one save. So I guess that's something, right? So here we go. Lou Whitaker leading off. And he's going to ground it to shortstop. And he's going to be out at first. So that's one down for Alan Trammell. Trammell's going to pop it to right field. And that's going to be the second out. And here's Steve Kemp. And Kemp walks. So we have a runner at first. And here's Carlton Fisk, who's batting .364 versus left-handers. And Fisk is going to ground it to first, and that'll be the third out. So we head to the top of the second inning, and here's Gary Alexander, who's playing catcher today for the Twins. And Alexander's going to hit a deep fly ball to center field, and that's going to be the first out. So one down for Bombo Rivera. Rivera's going to ground it to short. It's going to be two down. And here's Billy Smith, who's typically an infielder. He's playing center field today. He grounds it to third, and Brookins has him at first. So, as you can see here with the defensive lineup for the Twins, Billy Smith in center field is at a 64 rating, which is well below average. And even their first baseman, which is Danny Goodwin, who's a former catcher, his first base rating is below average. So Barry Bunnell's going to lead off the bottom of the second inning. He's going to get a base hit squeaker through the left side. And we have a runner at first for Lance Parrish. Parrish tops the ball back to the pitcher, and they get the lead runner at second base. So one down for Tom Brookins. Up to batting .250 now versus left-handers, and .221 overall. He walks, and now we have first and second, one down for speedster Rick Peters, who's in right field today. Peters is going to fly out to left, and oh wow, look how deep that is. 60% chance, but an incredibly slow speed. I don't want the third out to be at third, but I think we need to take a chance early on. Oh no! And he is out at third. That's just not fair. So, bad call on my part. And that's the third out of the inning. So, we head to the top of the third, and here's Ivan De Jesus, the shortstop for the Twins. And he's going to hit a weak fly ball to right field, and Peters has it for the first out. So one down for Hoskin Powell. And Powell's going to hit a line drive to left. It's going to be a base hit, and he's going to hold it first. So one down, runner at first for leadoff man Kurt Siebert. And Siebert's going to shoot it to left field, and Kemp's got it for the second out. And here is Dave Collins, who grounds it back to the pitcher. And Reuschel goes to first, and that's the third out of the inning. So to the bottom of the third, no score. Only 3 total hits so far as Wagner walks. That's 3 walks for Darrell Jackson. So we'll take base runners any way we can get them. Let's hit and run with Whitaker. And Whitaker's going to get a base hit to center field. Wagner goes to third. And we've got a little rally going here. So nobody out. Here's Tram. No, Trammell goes down swinging. So 1 out. We're going to need to try to get a sacrifice fly here. Kemp is definitely prone to grounding to double plays. Instead, he grounds it back to the pitcher. And we do score on that. So Kemp gets the job done, even though it's a weak grounder back to the pitcher. So 2 outs, runner at first for Fisk, and Fisk shoots it to right field on a line, and that's going to be the 3rd out. So we get on the board. We have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 4th, and Steve Ontiveros is leading off the top of the 4th, and he flies out to center, so that's going to be 1 down. So 1 out for Danny Goodwin, and Goodwin's going to hit a high fly ball to right field, and Peters has that for the 2nd out. And that brings up Gary Anderson, who's going to take a 3rd strike looking. I'm looking at the Twins numbers over here on the side, and you can see they have 5 batters that don't even have a home run this year. So clearly not a very powerful team, as Bunnell walks to lead off the bottom of the 4th. So 4 walks for Darrell Jackson, but he's only at 49 pitches. So he's been efficient despite giving up all those walks. Parrish is going to fly out to right. It's going to be 1 down for Tommy Brookins. And in this lineup, Brookins is actually batting 7th. Normally he's my number 9 hitter. But he's been batting so well I moved him up. And it didn't help much there as he strikes out, followed by Peters grounding to short. So we head to the top of the 5th. And not a lot going on in this game. Bombo Rivera pops it up on the infield. That's going to be the 1st out. So 1 down for Billy Smith. And Smith is going to pop it up on the infield. At least this game is going quickly. I guess we can say that much for it, as De Jesus lines out to left. So 1-2-3 inning for Reuschel, and I guess we can say that he is the good Reuschel so far this game. There's a base hit to right for Mark Wagner, and well, you know what? Why not? Let's stretch it for a double. And he is out at 2nd, so I'm trying to be aggressive and take advantage of what little runners we're getting, but it's backfired both times. So Lou grounds out to 2nd, and that's the 2nd out of the inning, bringing up Tram. And he pops up on the infield. I don't know what's going on as far as our home run power. I mean, it seems like if it's not Whitaker or Trammell, all of our big power hitters have gone dry, as number 9 hitter Powell gets a base hit into center field. So runner on first, nobody out for leadoff man Kurt Siebert. Siebert lays down a bunt. I didn't see that coming. Powell advances to 2nd, so a nice sacrifice for Siebert. And now we have to pull the outfield in for Dave Collins. Collins is going to ground it to 1st. That's going to be 2 down. And here's Steve Ontiveros. And Ontiveros strikes out. So we get out of that inning. And as I mentioned, Reuschel's looking really good right now. So bottom of the 6th, Steve Kemp leads off. He's going to hit a pop fly on the infield. That's 1 down. So 1 down for Carlton Fisk, batting cleanup today. He usually bats down in the lineup. He gets a base hit to right. That's why we have him up there, because he is batting 348 versus lefties. And speaking of, I'm not going to do that. Speaking of good batting averages versus lefties, Barry Bonnell's batting 329. And he's going to ground it to third. Oh, and they just get the runner at first, at second. So Bonnell is safe at first. And now Darrell Jackson is tired at 83 pitches. So if not now, when? Oh, ground ball to first for Parrish, and that's going to be the third out. So Darrell Jackson's been pretty effective himself, as Danny Goodwin, the cleanup hitter, grounds it to second. Oh, and an error by Whitaker. Oh man, that's not good. So we have a runner at first, and Gary Alexander comes to the plate. He's going to ground it to short, and an error by Trammell. Okay, come on. Back-to-back errors. And when this happens, there's nothing you can do. It's not even random. It's like the computer AI. Yep, there's the base hit to right. There's the tying run score. There's no outs. And we're going to bring the infield in. A lot of good it'll do us. As Smith grounds it to second. They go home. They get Alexander for the first out. And here's Ivan De Jesus, who pops it up on the infield for the second out. Or will it be another error? Nope. It's going to be a pop out to Whitaker. So 2 down. And here's Houskin Powell, who walks. So bases loaded now for Siebert. With 2 down, and Siebert's going to ground it to Trammell. So, that was ridiculous. An unearned run, so it didn't really affect Reuschel, but that's the kind of thing in this gameplay as Tom Brookins hits a home run, validating me moving him up into the lineup. So we have the lead back again. But that's the kind of thing that causes the pitchers to not get wins in this game. If I would have taken Reuschel out as he started giving up all those hits and walks and errors, then he would have not been available for the win. So I try to have Peters steal second base, but of course that doesn't work either. So I've had 2 base runners on the bases thrown out by outfielders and a caught stealing now. So, yeah, I guess I do have to take some of the responsibility for maybe putting too much, being too aggressive. Whitaker grounds to first. And we're headed to the 8th. We do have the lead. It's 2-1. And I definitely want Reuschel to go one more inning if I can get through this. They have 4 switch hitters in their lineup, back to back to back. And Collins is going to ground it to second. That's going to be the first out of the inning. So here's Steve Ontiveros with 1 down. He's going to ground it to Trammell. And that's going to be the second out. So 2 down for Danny Goodwin. And he shoots it right at Tom Brookins. And that's going to be the third out of the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning. And they're keeping Darrell Jackson in there, even though he's at 101 pitches. And Trammell's going to get a base hit to center to lead off the bottom of the 8th. No, I'm definitely not going to try to stretch it into a double at this point. I've been killing our team with that today. And Kemp gets a base hit through the right side. And they're asking me, do I want to advance Trammell to third? No. Nope. So 106 pitches, and we're getting to the Twins pitcher now. And they decide to bring in Doug Corbett. So let's take a look at Doug Corbett. He's a rookie at age 27. He must be their closer. He's got 6 saves and 4 blown saves. So the save numbers don't really tell the whole story, though, as he's only got a 3 ERA. So we have nobody out. Runners at first and second for Pudge, who has been terrible against righties. and he grounds it to second base, and that'll be a double play right on cue. So 2 down for Barry Bonnell, and he strikes out. So good job by Doug Corbett getting out of that jam. And we head to the top of the 9th, and I think I have to give Reuschel a chance at another complete game. And Reuschel strikes out Gary Alexander. So it's 1 down. Here's Bombo. Bombo strikes out looking. So first 2 batters go down fairly easily. And here's Billy Smith with the game on the line. And he's going to hit a long fly ball to right. But Peters has it, and that's going to be the 3rd out. So we win the squeaker 2-1. Pretty strong pitching performance from both sides as Rick Reuschel gets his 2nd complete game. And as I mentioned before, we got the good Reuschel today, so that's nice. Nothing of note as far as transactions go. So let's take a look at the box score and we'll get out of here. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Again, don't forget about my 1985 Topps Baseball Rack Pack contest that I have going on. It's free. All you have to do is subscribe and follow the instructions on the video, and you can enter that contest, possibly win some really great cards in that pack. So there's Rick Reuschel getting the win at 6-10. He's 2-1 with Detroit since coming over. Brookins provides really the only pop in this game with his 5th home run. And those back-to-back errors by Whitaker and Wagner were almost a game killer for us. So that's it, everybody. Appreciate it. I guess we'll just see you tomorrow night. Thanks.